So I had a question about the average cost of a balloon. If you were to buy a standard off-the-shelf balloon, somewhere on the 90,000 cubic feet, which is kind of about the average size balloon, at least out here in the West, in the high West, it's probably going to cost you about $40,000 for a complete system.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. Now, if you start doing some extra design work, you want to say, you know, I really want it to look like this, then you add to that. And if you want to add something else, like maybe a turning vent, then that's going to add to that as well. So the price starts about $40,000 for a brand new system and goes up from there. There are always used balloons for sale. Sometimes people will buy just the envelope, that's the fabric part of things, because they already have a basket from maybe a previous balloon or something like that. So you can get into the sport for a lot less than $40,000 of a new balloon, and most people do. They'll buy a used balloon and one that maybe not have quite as much life left on it, learn on it, get comfortable with it, figure out what they like, what they don't like about different models, because just like cars, we have different models and makes. And so there's a slight difference, and I'll try and point some of those out as we go through the morning. So I hear whistles from the center of the field, and I see the burner going full tilt on Xfinity Rewards. And Michael Stinson at Xfinity Rewards is airborne. All right. Now, you see that thing hanging down the side, that little banner type thing that says Cameron on it? That is the leg of a 25-foot X. I told you we're going to send Michael out in Xfinity. He is the hair balloon for our competition this morning. So he's going to go and he's going to fly for 20, 30 minutes, and he's going to land, and they're going to lay out that X. Now, all the other balloons that you're starting to see inflate right now, they're part of the first wave, and they're going to be the hounds. So the idea is that they're going to chase Michael and the Xfinity balloon, and they're going to attempt to fly to where he lands and puts out that X. And they've got a beanbag marker in their basket. They will drop or throw that marker, and the one that gets the closest to the center of the X is going to win the competition for today. So the idea is that as long as that leg of the X is still hanging out of the basket, the other balloon pilots know he has not set the target yet. So they should continue to try and follow him. Once they see the Xfinity balloon in the air without that hanging down, then they know that the X is down and they need to start looking for where that might be to throw their baggies there. So if we see Xfinity later this morning and we don't have that extra little piece hanging out of the side of the bag, out of the basket, then we know that the target is set and our hair balloons should be looking to fly to that location. The other thing you're going to see today on all of our balloons are yellow ribbons. I have one flying off the stage up here as well. Those again are to honor and remember the founder of Rainbow Riders Hot Apple Productions, the man in the vision behind Labor Day Liftoff for the last 9 years. Great balloonist, great community supportist of balloons. Did a whole heck of a lot to promote the sport of ballooning all across the world, especially here in the Southwest, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. So if you were watching, Xfinity kind of was going one direction, got up higher, and is now almost stopped. So the pilots in this first wave, as they watch, as they get their balloons prepared, inflated, they're also keeping an eye on the Xfinity balloon. They're also kind of watching all those Rainbow Rider balloons up there as well. But the one they're going to be most particularly interested in is going to be Xfinity. Xfinity looks like he's almost coming back over us. Yep, he's definitely coming back towards us. I see Kurt Godlewski has got the Remax balloon standing up right out in front of the beer and mimosa garden. By the way, the mimosa and beer garden is open this morning for your mimosa and beer and also non-alcoholic beverages. They are just to the left of the stage. I see my buddy Mark Yoakum with the Rocky Top balloon way over there in the corner by the lake and by VIP. There's the kind of light gray with the colorful diamonds. That's Greg Garcia and Elevation. Right here in front of me, the orange, purple, teal, yellow kind of staggered colors. That's Suzanne Dolge. A little bit farther back, with more of the bulbous shape, kind of more not so round. It's got those kind of bulbal things. That's Mr. Sprinkles and JJ Mancini. One of our special shapes is inflating midfield. That's the baby bee, Joelle. That's Michael Glenn. Way over on the, I call it the east, but it's more the north end of the field. There's Chris Sabia in the Wonder Balloon, and just beyond him is Evo, another one of our special shapes. Justin Cox flying Evo for us today. Xfinity has gone higher, starting to get a little change in direction. And the Rainbow Rider balloons, they're still in sight. So definitely some light winds up there. Going to make for some great flying conditions today. I mentioned Evo. Evo sponsored by Krispy Kreme. Love those donuts. Suzanne has stood up her balloon, Heirloom. That's the orange, purple, teal, yellow one right here in front of the beer garden, pretty close to the stage. I'm hearing more whistles. It's always a good sign. And there goes JJ Mancini. In Mr. Sprinkles. Great view for those of you out there on the southeast part of the field. And if you were here early and saw that herd of zebras, our launch directors, they spread out across the field. And so just as they've launched Mr. Sprinkles, they've also launched Rocky Top, Air Rocky Top. Mark Yoakum's balloon, sponsored by USAA here at the Labor Day liftoff. So because the winds are moving to the southwest, they will launch from that edge of the field first, launching from the downwind side of things. And Michael Glenn has Joelle, our baby bee, standing up in the center of the field. If you get around Michael's basket and balloon, the baby bee there, you'll notice that there isn't a basket on the bottom of that. But there's really a chair there. Michael is a paraplegic pilot, and so he flies sitting in a chair. And there goes Kurt with the Remax balloon, kind of out of the center of the field as well. And our Colorado Springs Labor Day liftoff. Rainbow Riders balloon taking off from the center, almost center of the field. So of course, as soon as I said they're going to launch from the far edge and downwind, they launch one out of the center. But you'll notice that they had him put a little extra heat in so that he didn't stay low. He popped up to the height of the balloons so that as he started moving, he could continue to go right over the top and not cause any issues. Good morning, guys.
We're doing some michelada samples. Where are they? Right by the corner in the beer garden. So you have to go into the beer garden? Yeah. They're free. Yeah. Dos Equis enchiladas. Micheladas. Michelada. 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 Yeah. Okay. Thanks, man.
There's some more whistles. That's always a good clue of where to look. And that's what I thought. That is going to be Bonnie Blue. Multi shades of blue and the yellow. Piloted by Frankie Martinez and sponsored by Athletic Brewing. Looks like he's going to stay low, see if he can catch the corner of the lake. So the whole idea behind a splash and dash is to take your balloon down right to the surface of the water, whether it's a lake or a river or whatever it is, and you take it right down to the surface and you just get the bottom skids wet. You don't go in far enough that your feet get wet, but you just get the bottom. And we call that a splash and dash. You may have seen that in our drone show this morning. Had a balloon do a splash and dash. Great bragging rights if you can do that. If you get your feet wet, it's not quite so much bragging rights. If you go farther in the water than that, yeah, not too good. And if you miss it, you go, oh darn. I see Peanut inflating over there by the New Mexico True balloon. Peanut, our elephant balloon, flying elephant. William Eaton is flying Peanut. Bill Lee flying the New Mexico True balloon. Nice, pretty morning. Relaxed inflations and takeoffs. Nobody's in a big hurry. Everything's just taking its time, and we're having a great morning. Remember, this is just the first wave. So when we get all of these balloons that are inflating or inflated in the air, then we'll do it all again. We'll set up the Pepsi balloon, let him be the hare, just like the Xfinity balloon was for the first wave. Give him a couple minutes to stand up and get out of here. And then we'll inflate the second wave of balloons, the hounds, and they'll chase out of here as well. Don't forget, at 9 o'clock today, the Wings of Blue Sky jumping team will be dropping in. Always like that fun. And I mentioned the Mimosa Beer Garden is open for your enjoyment. And in the corner of the beer garden over here, the Dos Equis folks have some michelada free samples. And of course, once our balloons all get in the sky, you'll want to make sure that you check out all of our other vendors along the lines. There goes Greg Garcia and Elevation off by the lakeside. That's the kind of gray one with the multicolored diamonds in the middle of it. Greg is sponsored by UC Health.
No donut contest this year. How goes it, Art? Good so far? David, nice to see you. My hand's really good, so that means
Way over on the lake side, right up in the corner over there, that's Don Doherty and Dark Sunrise. Bright yellow, orange, red, and blue with black verticals. So it looks like we're kind of working our way from the lake side back towards the sun side of the field, if you will. If you're just getting here, glad you're here. Tomorrow, get here earlier. We're kind of in the early stages of our first wave of balloons. Already this morning, we've had a drone show at 5:45, and we had our national anthem and opening ceremonies about 6:30. Got our Rainbow Riders balloons along with the Dos Equis tribute flight at 7, and we're now into our first wave of balloons. There goes the one I've been waiting for. This is a new design to me. It's the mostly yellow one, and then it kind of has the eye pattern with pinks and turquoise and light blue in it. That is the Eye of Enchantment. Michael Spinello flying that. Sponsored by Colorado Springs Sports Corp. And right behind him is Steampunk Sea. That's kind of the dark blue moving up the balloon into lighter blue aqua and yellow on the top. It has 7 different animals designs around the envelope. So a couple of newer designs, at least here in Colorado Springs. Is that cruise control? Nope. Good morning. Depends.
I got beagles for sale. I got beagle puppies for sale.
You have beagle puppies for sale?
Yes, I do.
Not beagle balloons?
Nah, I mean, if I get enough profit, I might be able to.
Onto the center of the field, that's Wild Thing, that pink and blue, multi-shades of blue. Shane Richardson, sponsored by Labor Day Liftoff. And off a little bit farther off, the yellow, orange, and red one with the blue pennants coming off of it. That's Rex Smart flying the balloon called Airplay. Sponsored by Dave and Buster's. And there goes Bandit. One of our other special shapes, the raccoon. Going right over the top of the field, right over the top of Joelle, the baby bee. So Diane Carlson flying the Raccoon Bandit, Michael Glenn flying Joelle, the baby bee. And as I mentioned, you notice Michael is in a chair flying his. And you can see the yellow ribbons hanging from the baskets or chair of both of those balloons, as you can see can from many of those. Michael turning Joelle to moon us, while Diane turns the Bandit to take a look back down at you. Most of our balloons, and especially our special shapes, have a feature called a turning vent in them. And that is an opening on the side of the balloon that the pilot can control, opening and closing it. And what it does is it lets the air out of the side of the balloon, which has the effect of pushing the balloon or rotating it. That way they can turn it to be different sides and point different directions. A number of our regular round-shaped balloons have those turning vents as well. But that's what makes the balloon rotate in the sky. There goes another one of our Rainbow Riders balloons. A lot of burner action up here on the northern edge of the field. There goes Suzanne Dolge in Heirloom right in front of the beer garden. Jeff Alcazar has his Synchronicity balloon, the black one with the chain links on it.
Somewhere.
Yeah, what a great morning to fly here in Colorado Springs. The Labor Day liftoff. Hey, thanks for coming out. I enjoy coming here, and I know our pilots and crews enjoy flying here. The hospitality and the friendship and the flying and the scenery. Just one of the great places to fly. So Bill Lee is taking the New Mexico True Balloon airborne with the sugar skull on it, the New Mexico Land of Enchantment. Bill Lee puts on a great balloon rally. Actually, he does a number of them, but the one that's probably the second largest balloon festival in the world, has about 150 balloons, takes place the first weekend in December in the Red Rocks at Gallup, New Mexico. So you got Albuquerque with 550 balloons, you got Gallup with about 150, and we have about 70 some here at Colorado Springs, the largest balloon rallies in the country. That would be Skip Howe's in the multicolor zigzag balloon.
Do you have a card this year? Sorry, what? Do you have a balloon card this year? Do. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
And now we get a great view, at least from the stage here, of Peanut, our flying elephant. And there goes Mr. Peanut. I just elevated him there. More puns intended. Wade Wheaton taking Peanut airborne. Peanut sponsored here at the Labor Day liftoff by Raising Cane's. Appreciate all the sponsors. Making it possible for us to bring our balloons to you. So I'm kind of watching the ones over on the northeast part of the field. Still see Chris Sabias in the Wonder Balloon. Justin Cox in Evo, our special shape over there. The regular shape with the yellow spikes going into orange, etc. That's Toucan Pilot and Kent Woolcock. Then, of course, we got this big old hunk of pork right here in the center of the field. I'm looking at the back end of the pig with the corn husk in his pocket, and his tail sticking through his jeans there. That is Chris Bacon, middle initial P. Chris P. Bacon. That's exactly right. You got it. Crispy Bacon. Jordan Cox has Crispy Bacon here for us this year. Appreciate Jordan bringing him in. We had hoped to have Darth Vader and Yoda here this year, but these envelopes get shipped around the world to appear in different places of the world, which means they end up going in and out of customs and international shipping issues. And we all know what happens with international shipping and customs, and sometimes things just take longer. And so we found out a little bit ago, those balloons are still stuck. We don't even think they're in the country yet, but they aren't going to make it this year. So we picked up Baby B with Joe Elliott that we mentioned earlier, and Michael Glenn, and Jordan Cox with Crispy Bacon. Got those in to replace it and join our other special shape fleet. Look at the backside of Peanut. Looking at it from this side, you don't know what the heck that balloon is. Good thing I told you it was Peanut and we saw it before, the front side of Peanut. Remember, this is just the first wave. Once we get the field cleared here, we'll be able to go with the second wave. Got a few balloons inflating now. I'm not sure if they're at the end of the first wave or if they're jumping the gun on the second wave, but Chris Sabia got away in Wonder Balloon. They like to say, spot the wonder. And there goes Kent Woolcock in Toucan Pilot off the far north corner of the field. Kent and Toucan Pilot, sponsored by Laborjack. I think it's time to remove a layer.
Is it though? Not yet.
There you go.
That's why I give you a layer.
Yeah, I know. This is hot.
After our balloon action this morning, and remember we're only like halfway through it this morning, but after our balloon action, we're going to set up some remote control balloons, give you a chance to see what that part of the growing sport is. These are miniature balloons. They're about 1/3, 1/4 size, made out of the same fabric. They have miniature baskets and miniature burners, and we fire those burners off with a remote control unit. And there goes crispy bacon. Breakfast is in the air. And off the other side of the field, there goes Evo. The Cox boys taking the special shape into the sky. So I was talking about the remote control balloons. 1/4 size balloons, same fabric, little burners, little baskets, small enough that the passengers are typically stuffed animals, if they even put one in the basket. Tethered to the ground that we don't let them fly away because you'd have to be running after it. But it's a great way, no license needed, to get into the sport of ballooning because they fly under the exact same principles as these big regular shaped balloons do. They're just on a miniature scale. We have a little fan that kind of fills them up with air. And we turn the burner on and we heat the air and it stands up. And they're a lot of fun. So that'll get started around 8:30 this morning. Wings of Blue drops in at 9, and of course we've got all these great vendors with great food, drink, balloon souvenirs, all kinds of great stuff for you to check out. So plan on spending the morning going along and checking all of that great stuff out. And don't forget the whole Jumpy Kids Zone over on the or the west side of the field. There goes Cruise Control, the red, white, and blue balloon. That's Rod Baca. Rod is sponsored this year by the Schmidt Construction Company. Couple more on that side. One on this side. Tom Kai is standing up American Dream. That's the red, white, and blue with the stars. We were talking about the shipping issues with Darth Vader and Yoda earlier. Tom is experiencing the exact same thing. Tom ordered a brand new balloon that he had hoped to have at the beginning of this week and unveil it here at Labor Day Liftoff. He told me last night it did make it to the States yesterday. but not to Colorado. So he's pulled out one of his other balloons. This is American Dream. Standing it up right offside the beer garden at the moment. And we got, what's the, the Wind Whisper, which I can't see because of the other American Dream bloom here, but that's Dave Bowling. with the blues and the yellow, green, orange pattern. He's hiding behind the other balloon from me, but those of you on the field should have a great view of Dave bowling. Dave sponsored by Banning Lewis Ranch. Good morning.
No, all the lost and found stuff is out at the fire department, which is right across over there. No, but if you'll head out that way, I'll remind everybody that if they got separated, that's where the meeting. Yeah. Hi. You want to take a picture with me? You want to set him up on the stage? Cheese. You bet.
I was too far away to hear the announcement, but I think I heard you say something about Darth Vader and Yoda balloons.
Yeah, they're not here.
Oh, they're not.
They were supposed to be, but they're stuck in shipping somewhere.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we brought a couple of others in.
Yeah, I
They're up
got
in
Darth
Chile.
Vader trading cards.
They're in Chile.
Is it there, Chile? Okay, thanks. You're welcome.
Well,
I
that's
knew they
okay.
were somewhere. They were stuck somewhere.
Oh, that's all right. I had gotten a Darth Vader trading card a few years ago.
Right,
So we did
right.
matching Yoda one, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just got an update on the location of Darth and Yoda. They're in